Good morning, everyone, from the Richfield Stars. We're going to talk about what's happening in the sky in October. If you get the paper, the local Roanoke Times, you'll find all of this information. The very end of the previous month will give you an update on what's coming up the next month as far as sky watches are concerned. Right now, I'd like to talk about where the planets are, which planets are visible, and where and when you can see them. Starting from the sun out, the first one is Mercury. It's always very difficult to see because of its proximity to the sun. After October 20th, it's not in sight right now, but after October 20th, it's visible very low in the southeast about 40 minutes before sunrise. I've seen it a few minutes before or a few minutes after sunset before, but never before sunrise. I don't get up that early. Venus is very prominent as an evening star. It's low in the southwest about 60 minutes after sunset. Just look over toward the southwest. It's very bright, very easy to see. Mars, the next planet out, is not visible at this time. It's on the other side of the sun, so we can't see it. Jupiter and Saturn are visible, and I'm going to talk about them together because right now they're very close in proximity to each other and easy to see. If you look toward the south about 90 minutes after sunset, you'll see another very bright star. It's almost like we have two evening stars at this time of the year. Saturn is the same thing. If you look toward the south after sunset, you'll be able to see it. Now, on October 14th, just
tomorrow,
the waxing gibbous moon, and I'm going to come back to that in a minute, will be between Jupiter and Saturn. Now, Jupiter is easy to spot, Saturn not so much. But there's a trick to this one. If you make a fist, extend it straight out, and I'm going to turn around so that we don't get our lefts and our rights mixed up. If you extend your fist so that it's on the moon, then to your right will be Saturn, and to your left will be Jupiter.
Awesome.
One way of checking them out, and one way of finding Saturn, because Saturn is very dim, very hard to see right now. I told you we were coming back to the moons. There are four terms that you need to understand about the moon and about its phases. I think you're all familiar with a crescent moon. It looks like part of a parenthesis. That's when the light that the moon reflects is less than half of the surface. A gibbous moon is when the light reflected from the surface is more than half. It's not a full moon, not yet, but it's more than half showing. A waning moon is one in which the light is receding. It is getting less. A waxing moon is when the light is increasing on the surface. So a waxing gibbous moon is one that's working its way toward a full moon. Now, along those lines, and just to finish with the planets Neptune and on out from Saturn are just not visible to the naked eye. Neptune maybe if you've got a really, really dark night and the right kind of viewing materials, but not ordinarily. Also in October skies is the Orionid meteor shower. That occurs on October 21st at 11 p.m. and after. We talked about why it's easier to see meteors after midnight than before, I believe in the last session. However, there is a gibbous moon on the 21st. Remember I said there's one tomorrow night, a waxing gibbous, when you can view Saturn and Jupiter. Well, it's brighter then by the time you get to the 21st. It's well on its way to being a full moon. So that's going to wash out just about any of the meteors that happen to come out and that happen to show up in the sky. You just won't be able to see very many of them at all. Probably not worth your time unless you're a real night owl. In any case, that's what's happening in the sky in October. If you want to come to our Astronomy Club meeting, it starts at 12 o'clock in Roost 52. Grab lunch and bring it with you. We're going to talk about the fall sky, what stars, not the planets, we've just done that, but what stars are visible and how you can easily find them.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Margaret Riggs is, of course, our guest today from the Richfield Stars Astronomy Club. Thank you so much, Margaret.
Sorry, I forgot to introduce myself.
That's okay. I do that all the time. Thank you so much for telling us what we can expect for this the rest of October. It's been so dreary and rainy that we haven't had the opportunity to see a whole lot, but there is still a lot to come, as Margaret has explained. So we're looking forward to checking out the alignment of the Moon, Saturn, and Jupiter on tomorrow, the 14th. The meteor shower, which is a shame you won't be able to see it because I understand there are up to 20 meteors per hour during the peak.
That's in a dark sky.
Right, right.
It's there's a lot of ambient light around here, not just, you leave the moon out of it. There's too many street lights and building lights and whatever, so that washes out a lot also.
Wow. Well, we will keep an eye out and see what we can see. And we just appreciate you all joining us. We have in-person guests as well. Thank you all for joining us. And we appreciate you joining us every second Wednesday of the month during the 11:11 a.m. Fireside Chat for the Richfield Stars update. And as Margaret mentioned, be sure to join the group in the Roost 52 right next door at 12 noon to continue this wonderful discussion. However, every second Wednesday, you can expect to get an update, and of course, be sure to join them for the meeting. It's worth noting that our Captain Kirk, William Shatner, at the ripe age of 90 years old, will be finally launching into the final frontier today with Jeff Bezos and the Blue Origin rocket company. So that's exciting. And I guess one question you all could pose is, if you had the opportunity to go up into space, would you?
Absolutely.
We have absolutelys all across. Maybe two absolutelys and one I'm keeping my feet here on the ground. Maybe two of those in myself as well. So that's that's very, very exciting. So again, don't forget to grab lunch. Come on up to Roost 52 as the discussion continues. We will indulge in physical and vocational willpower tomorrow during the cornhole tournament finale here at 2 o'clock, right here in the Town Center Chapel Community Room. And that will, of course, engage our vocational and physical willpower. The shrimp boil on Friday, we'll get our emotional willpower going for Friday's dinner special at the Answer Cafe starting at 4:30. Social willpower will be on the menu for Saturday the 16th. So remember to come out to the Fall Festival from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. right there on the Oaks lawn. We certainly do thank Jesse Huffman, Susan Rogers, and all of the IL team who set up this wonderful event that will include many vendors, music, food, fun, and it's all free to usher in the fall season. Of course, spiritual willpower on Thursday, tomorrow for Bible study, and Sunday at 10 a.m., both at 10 a.m. on tomorrow for Bible study and 10 a.m. on Sunday for worship service, both with Chaplain Gary, right here on Channel 62, and service in person on Sunday, and Sunday brunch right here at 11 a.m. So we just appreciate you all for just providing this intellectual enrichment, and they've even gotten me looking up things. So this is a great club. Also, from our Jar of Awesomeness is a quote by Nathaniel Hawthorne that states, "I cannot endure to waste anything so precious as autumn sunshine by staying in the house." So get out and enjoy the autumn sun, moon, and stars. Thank you all so much for joining us today, and we look forward to next month's update. And then, of course, I will see you back here on Monday. There will be no 11:11 on this coming Friday, so I hope you all will have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.